Enoch Amakiri George, an African engineering legend. Enoch Amakiri Job George, one of Africa's most formidable oracles of engineering, is an indelible symbol of human capacity for innovation, resilience, and tenacity. An erudite engineering icon and passionate believer in the greatness of the profession, he is a blueprint of an industrious Nigerian whose life of humility, integrity, and service is worthy of emulation. A man of indomitable courage, he achieved success by dint of hard work and stubborn refusal to accept failure or defeat. Born on 21st March 1930 to the family of Caroline and Job Soyediare George of Dokobe, Royal House of Okrika. Enoch George is the great-grandson of Okrika's fabulous and famous defender of the Christian faith, Chief Enyanabo Etamono George, who gave protection to Christianity at Okrika in 1878. Okrika is one of the 23 local government areas of Rivers State and was once a strong and dynamic city-state in the Niger Delta. Niger Delta was the first area of Nigeria to receive Western civilization and was the leading star and a commercial hub in the Atlantic belt. Out of this environment of buoyant economic and vibrant human resources has emerged a shining light who, like Archimedes, has left indelible imprints on the conscience of humanity. Enoch George's life and world view were shaped early in his life at Okrika Grammar School, OGS Okrika, for a life of industry and community service. This is evident in his personal and professional attainments. He was admitted in 1948 and passed out in 1952 with Grade 1 distinction. He was noted for consistent high academic achievements and left a record that lasted over 20 years at the grammar school. On leaving the grammar school, he taught in several secondary schools, including Okongo Memorial Grammar School in Newi, Enitone High School, Port Harcourt, Baptist High School, Port Harcourt, and Okrika Grammar School, Okrika. In 1954, Enoch George attended the Nigerian College of Arts, Science, and Technology, Ibadan, today's Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, where he obtained the University of London Intermediate BSc in 1956. He had a short stint at the Kumasi College of Technology, Ghana, and subsequently proceeded to the United Kingdom, UK, on government scholarship, where he bagged his Bachelor of Science BSc degree in Civil Engineering of the University of London from Regent Street Polytechnic, with a master's degree in highway engineering from the University of Surrey. Enoch George started his professional career as a soils engineer with Soil Survey Limited, UK, in 1966, where he worked under a celebrated foundation engineer, late Sidney Rosnack, from whom he learned much of the rudiments of geotechnical engineering. This company was the launching pad on which he was to build an extraordinary career in the construction industry. Enoch George took part in the design and construction of several modern highways in the United Kingdom, including the Manchester to Preston M.61 motorway, Eccles Bypass M.602 in Lancashire, and the Hyde Bypass in Cheshire. He also participated in the design and building of the Brennig Dam in Wales. Engineer Enoch George returned in 1973 to contribute to the development of Nigeria. He was chief engineer of the then College of Science and Technology, CST, now Rivers State University, Port Harcourt, with oversight on contractors, clients and consultants. He was also a part-time lecturer in contract management. Enoch George has always desired to work for himself. In 1979, he established Enoch George Associates, a private practice which offers complete services in geotechnical and environmental investigation for construction companies, national corporations, and international oil companies. Through this company, he became the champion of local content development in Nigeria. He played a leading role in the opening of doors that previously shut out Nigerian experts and firms from oil and gas industry activities. In the words of Professor Samuel Ejeze of University of Port Harcourt, Enoch George literally, single-handedly convinced the big multinational oil companies operating in the Niger Delta to accept local content in the practice of geotechnical engineering long before the Nigerian government realized the importance of enacting local content policy into law. He convincingly demonstrated to the industry players that the same geotechnical engineering expertise they were importing from The Hague, Milan, London, or Houston at high cost is also available in Nigeria at low cost. A fellow of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, fellow of British Institution of Civil Engineers, fellow of British Institution of Highways and Transportation, and fellow of the Nigerian Geotechnical Association, among others. Enoch Amakiri George is an engineering masterclass. His professional registrations are legendary, and he has achieved the distinction of having been a member of the Institution of Civil Engineers, United Kingdom, for 50 years. He endowed the Enoch George Professorial Chair in Geotechnical Engineering at the University of Port Harcourt in 2018, leaving an enduring legacy for continuous improvement in research and training of engineering students and faculty. The motto of Okrika Grammar School, his alma mater, is Perseveranta Vincit, perseverance conquers. Despite daunting challenges, Enoch George has broken the glass ceiling and reached the top of his professional career with perseverance. He says for young engineers to be successful, patience is the word. He was chairman of the steering committee for the burial of the late Amainabo, King of Okrika, His Majesty Sir S.P.U. Ogan, Ado the 8th JP in 2001. In recognition of his valuable contributions to society, he was honored by Dokobe Royal House of Okrika as Amatelemabo Community Builder in 2017. He is happily married to his wife, Mrs. Joyce Enoch George, after the demise of his first wife, Christina, with whom he was blessed with 4 children: Tekena, Belema, Siofuri, Amakiri, and 2 grandchildren. Enoch George's popularity, social status, and intellectual competence are impeccable, but nothing becomes a him more than his humanity. That is the kind of man you are. A man of prodigious talents, teacher, engineer, employer, farmer, photographer, philanthropist, counselor, community leader, sports, and family man. Albert Einstein, one of the greatest scientific minds of our time, said, "Try not to be a man of achievement, rather try to be a man of value." By his profound contributions, Enoch Amakiri Job George has inspired generations and impacted society in diverse ways. He is a man of